Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Monday, April the 28th. We got two playoff games on Monday night. We got Game 4 of Miami and Cleveland. Cleveland's up 3-0 in that series, so they have a chance to close things out, go ahead and punch their ticket to the second round. Miami, on the other hand, trying to stay alive, see if they can get a win. And then we have Game 4 of Houston and Golden State. And that's obviously a much more compelling series, a much more competitive series. Right now, Golden State up 2-1. Golden State got a big win on Saturday without Jimmy Butler. So, we'll see if Jimmy Butler returns for that game on Monday night. List is questionable. We'll see if he plays. But yeah, guys, we got two props that I like for these games on Monday. We're going to give out a play from each game. So we'll talk about a prop I like in the Cavs Heat game, and then we'll go over a prop that I like in Houston Golden State. Now, before we talk through these plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure that you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, be sure to go sign up. Use promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks, and when you play $5, you're going to get $50 worth of promo funds instantly added to your account. So this is a easy way to build up your bankroll on Prizepicks. It's a cool promotion they're doing for all new users. And to get access to this promotion, you don't have to deposit a bunch of money if you don't want to. You can put in like 10, 15, 20 bucks and still get those $50 of promo funds, again, once you play your first $5 lineup. So make sure to go sign up for Prizepicks, guys, if you have not yet, and use that promo code NOAH. And I do also want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper, because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can go sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So whatever you put in on your first deposit, Sleeper will match that up to $100. So this is another promotion that's a way for you to kind of get your bankroll boosted a little bit. You deposit 50 bucks, Sleeper's going to give you an additional 50 to play with. So now you have $100 to play with. You can obviously try and build that bankroll up over there on Sleeper. But if you guys don't know what Sleeper is, they're a DFS pick'em app. They're very similar to Prizepicks. You just pick more or less on player projections. You build out your lineup. You can make up to an 8-pick lineup on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. Go check them out, guys. Sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you do check out Sleeper. But let's talk about some props that I do like for today on Monday. Now, I do want to recap our plays from our last video, which was on Friday. I didn't make any videos over the weekend, but our last video on Friday, we gave out two picks. Friday did not go well. We went 0-2 on the two plays that I gave out, and honestly, I feel like I made some really bad reads on Friday. We took an over on Brook Lopez fantasy score at 17.5, kind of betting on Brook Lopez's role to grow a little bit. Kind of buying low on Brook Lopez, and once again he played I think he only played like 14 minutes Friday night. Like the minutes have just been so down on Brook Lopez, and I guess looking at what players have done during the regular season, comparing it to the playoffs probably is a mistake on my part, because obviously in the playoffs, it's just totally different matchups. It's the same game, same matchup over and over. So clearly there are spots where players are not they don't fit the matchup, and it feels like in this series, Brook Lopez just hasn't really fit the matchup. Maybe he'll have a good game Sunday night. I'm actually recording this video before that game starts, so we'll see what Brook Lopez does Sunday night. But yeah, Friday night only played 14 minutes, was obviously not productive in those 14 minutes. And then we took an over on Rudy Gobert's fantasy score, which also was just a bad read. I mean, Gobert's minutes I don't think they were down too much Friday. I want to say he actually played a decent amount. I think he played 29 minutes, but he just wasn't productive. He played 25 minutes on Friday. Yeah, just wasn't productive. I mean, he had 1 point, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Did have a couple stocks, but the minutes have been way down on Gobert in that series. And, Gobert's his lines on Sunday were even lower than what they were on Friday, and he had another bad game. I mean, he did get 10 rebounds, but he only had 5 points. He had 3 turnovers. It's just been a tough series for Gobert, and clearly, he just doesn't fit that well in that matchup against the Lakers. So obviously, we made some mistakes Friday, had some bad reads, but good thing about, doing props and doing betting content, you got another day to look forward to, and we can, bounce back here on Monday. So let's talk about two props, guys, that I do like for Monday. First one is going to be a fantasy score prop. Now, I will give an alternative to the fantasy score, because I know everyone who watches these videos, not everyone who watches plays on Prizepicks. There are probably people who watch that are betting on sports books or whatever it may be. So I'll give you an alternative, because obviously not everyone has access to fantasy score. But if you are on Prizepicks, the fantasy score prop that I do like in the Cavs and Heat game is Davion Mitchell. We're going to take for more than 26.5 fantasy score. So if you look at what Davion Mitchell has done in this series, he has been really good. He's over this fantasy score line in all 3 games in the series. Had 36.3 fantasy score in game 1, 29.2 in game 2, 34.3 last game in game 3. And it is worth noting that even with Mitchell going over this line in all 3 games, he's also lost some minutes for blowout too. Last game lost some minutes for blowout. I mean, the Heat got destroyed last game. They lost by like 40. And Davion Mitchell still played 36.5 minutes, but he didn't play like the final 6 or 7 minutes of the game. And then in game 1, he also lost some minutes for blowout. That was a game that Miami lost by 21. I'm pretty sure Davion subbed out, I want to say with like a few minutes left, but I want to check just to confirm. So in game 1, when they lost by 21, Davion subbed out with like a minute and a half left. So probably would have played, he played 34 minutes game 1, probably would have played about 36 minutes. He played 36.5 minutes last game, probably would have played closer to 40 minutes. Like, Davion Mitchell has been heavily used in this series. He's really, since he joined the Heat, he has been heavily utilized. They're playing him a ton of minutes, and he is a player that can be somewhat productive when he's on the floor. Now, Davion Mitchell, throughout his career, he has never been like an elite permanent producer. Like, he's a guy that typically averages around 0.7 to 0.75 fantasy points per minute. So far with the Heat, since he joined the Heat, he's averaging 0.79 fantasy points per minute, and his fantasy points per minute have been up even more in the playoffs. In these 3 playoff games, he's averaging 0.93 fantasy points per minute. But what I'd really like to see for Davion Mitchell is he's just playing a lot of minutes. And obviously, to get fantasy points, you have to be on the court. And Davion Mitchell is going to be on the court for probably 40 minutes if this game's competitive. He probably would have played over 40 minutes last game had the game been competitive. So the minutes are going to be there as long as he avoids foul trouble. And he's shown that he can be productive when he does get minutes. He's a guy that can score. He's been scoring a ton lately. He can also get a couple rebounds. He's been doing a lot of assisting too. That's something that Davion Mitchell has had since he joined Miami. He's had a really big ball handling role. His assist numbers with the Heat have been really good. Had 5 assists last game, 6 assists in game 2, 9 assists in game 1. And Davion is a relatively good defender. He's a guy that can get you steals. He can get some blocks as well. He's had at least 1 steal or block in every game in the series. So, if you get 2 or 3 steals, which Davion can definitely do, he can have games where he gets a couple steals. If you get a couple steals, I mean, that's obviously huge for fantasy score because you get 3 points for blocks and steals. So if we're going to get like 36 to 40 minutes from Davion Mitchell here, I would bet on him going over 26.5 fantasy score, more times than not, just with the type of player he is, and with with how productive he's been with the Heat in the past, in some teams he's previously been on, like when he was on the Kings, when he was on the Raptors. Like, he wasn't a great per minute guy, but he's been really good per minute, since he joined the Heat, and especially in the playoffs, he's been productive, and the minutes have been way up as well. When Davion gets the minutes like he's been getting, again, I'd bet on him going over this fantasy score line more times than not. And if you do look during the regular season, when Davion Mitchell played at least 34 minutes with the Heat during the regular season, he was over this line in 10 out of 14 games. So, a large majority of his games with at least 34 minutes, he's been able to get 26.5 fantasy score. Barring foul trouble, barring a blowout, he's probably playing like 37, 38 minutes here, maybe 40 minutes. I mean, Miami obviously has to win this game or their season's over, so they're probably going to run a really tight rotation here. It's basically do or die for Miami. So, this is our first play for Monday. And then the other prop that I like is an assist prop going to the Rockets and Warriors game. And we're going to take Fred VanVleet for more than 4 assists. So if you look in this series, Fred VanVleet has only gone over this assist prop in 1 game, and that was in game 1. He had 7 assists in game 1. In game 2, only had 2 assists. Last game had 3 assists. However, if you look at the potential assist for Fred VanVleet, he's run pretty bad the last 2 games on his potential assist. So in game 2, when he had 2 assists, he had 8 potential assists in that game. So he had 6 missed assists. Obviously, when a player gets a missed assist, that's basically, they pass it to a teammate, the teammate shoots the shot, but they miss. So that's what a potential assist is. And obviously, when they make the shot, then that would count as an assist. So the easiest way to see how a player is doing for assist, you just have to look at the potentials. I mean, in order to get assist, you have to have potential assist. And Fred VanVleet's had a decent amount of potential assists in this series. He had 8 potentials in game 2, but only converted 2 of those. And last game, he had 11 potential assists, but only converted 3 of those. So, he's just run really bad on his potential assists lately. But the minutes are great on Fred VanVleet right now. Like, he's playing just huge minutes every night. Game 1, I think he's played over 40 minutes in every game in this series. I'm just gonna check that real quick. Yeah, 40 minutes in Game 1, 42 minutes in Game 2, 40 and a half minutes last game. Like, Fred VanVleet's playing probably 40 minutes here. You give me 40 minutes from Fred VanVleet, I'd bet on him getting 4 assists more times than not. I mean, during the regular season, VanVleet averaged 5.6 assists per game on nearly 11 potential assists per game. His potential assists have been a little bit down in the playoffs. He's only averaging 9 potential assists per game in their 3 playoff games. But still, even 9 potential assists, when a guy gets 9 potential assists, more times than not, they're going to get at least 4, if not 5 assists. So I feel like we can at least get a push here on this VanVleet prop, if not, 5 assists or more. Again, this is a player that throughout his career has been a relatively good facilitator, averaging over 5.5 assists per game this season. During the regular season, he was second on the team in assist percentage, right behind Şengün. Şengün led the team in assist percentage, 23.7%, but VanVleet was right behind him, 21.3%. So, like, those are the two guys that do a lot of the ball handling for this for this Rockets team. Is Şengün and VanVleet. Those are the guys that get most of the assist, or a chunk of the assist. Obviously, not all the assists, because other guys can get assists as well. But this season, it's been Şengün, VanVleet leading the team in potential assists, leading the team in assists per game, assist percentage as well. It's just been some bad variance the last few games with VanVleet not really converting as many of his assists. I mean, he's had 5 assists the last 2 games and in those 2 games he's had 19 potential assists. So like he's had 14 missed assists the last 2 games. Like that's just bad variance, and that type of stuff is not going to happen every game. And I think part of that could be due to the Warriors' defense. I mean, the Warriors they've been great defensively, especially since they got Jimmy Butler. Even without Jimmy Butler last game, they were still good defensively. And if you look at the Rockets, like they have struggled to score in this series. They only put up 90 or 85 points in Game 1. They did put up 109 in Game 2, but only 93 points last game. It's pretty rare in today's NBA to see teams score less than 100 points. Like, most teams are scoring over 100 points every game in today's NBA, but obviously with the playoffs, the defensive intensity picks up a little bit. Guys are playing more minutes than they normally do, so guys are probably tired, not as effective as they may normally be. So there's probably a lot of different reasons why VanVleet has had so many missed assists lately, but we just don't think that we can't bet on that to continue. Eventually, VanVleet's going to start converting some of these potential assists. And again, the minutes are massive. He's playing probably 40 minutes here if the game's competitive. You give me 40 minutes of VanVleet, I'd bet on him getting at least 4 assists, if not more than 4 assists. So, like that is our second prop for Monday, guys, taking Fred VanVleet for more than 4 assists. So, we got 2 plays for these 2 games on Monday. As always, appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure that you hit that like button, guys, before you do get out of here. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up. And again, when you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck tonight, guys. Let's win some money. Appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.